How we doing? I'm just going to make sure that we're live. Good morning. It's Monday morning. I don't think I've gone live on my phone for some reason. Let's have a look. We are live. Just make sure the sound's working. Excellent. There we go. Right. Welcome to the show. It's Real Deal Marketing, Real Deal Live. And, let me move that camera about. That's better. Today, I mean, the last couple of weeks, well, the last month or so, there's been some changes on Facebook to how they're pushing content, and it's affected a lot of advertising. So if your leads have been dropping off or your ad costs have been going up, you need to think about how you're setting up your funnel. But it's pretty simple, to be honest. I'm going to show you how to fix it today again. And it's just more content based. So, but obviously the platforms are built for content. That's all they want. They want new content, more content. And the days of just having one advert and pushing a load of leads to one landing page in a linear way, which we call a sales funnel. If you're not well known and you haven't been doing it for many years, is not working. You're not getting leads coming in on your landing page. It's not converting. It's not the same as it used to be. You used to be able to just drive traffic there. I'm not saying in all businesses this doesn't work. And I don't want you to take that a sales funnel isn't working. I'm just purely saying, if you're not posting enough content, you're not pretty well established and known, then there's a different way that you want to use a sales funnel. And I'm going to show you today. I don't call it. I heard the term the other day called the messy funnel, and I quite liked it. And I'm going to draw out exactly how a messy funnel works. They call it a messy funnel, but it's just because people ain't coming in straight away. So let me just share this. I'm going to draw it. So, not that one. That one. Right. So if you've been on here before, you know that a sales funnel is pretty simple. You'd have adverts like this. I'll just draw 3 just so you can see. So you've got ads. These are ads. Oh, go back on there. Technology's going up the wall today. Right. Obviously, these are ads, all right? You'd have an offer on it or whatever it is, and then these would drive to a landing page. Landing page, if you don't know what that is a website, smaller website, but it's got a specific action. It's telling someone that they need to do something. A website's a brochure. A landing page is a sales device. That's the easiest way to do it. It's nice having nice websites, but a website that doesn't convert is no good. And I have to go on about this all the time. Some of my pals ain't even got websites. They just build landing pages and drive traffic to it. So anyway, you're either collecting someone's details or they're buying your offer, and then you'd send them the ebook, or you'd give them a call, wouldn't you? So it'd be a call or the lead magnet, and then they'd go into your email. Right, that's a normal sales funnel. Right, what's happening now is costs are getting very high to send people to one of these. Obviously, you'd have retargeting in here with a pixel and that, but I'm not drawing that. I'm just giving you an example of what a linear sales funnel is. The costs are going up, and people aren't opting in on these pages. So you're not getting, if you are opting in, you haven't got an upsell or an order bump in there. A lot of people, and really, you're lucky if some of you are running free ads at once, and lucky if you're even posting 3 bits of content a month, which is mind-boggling, really. So that's a normal sales funnel, all right. And the problem you've got is that is not. I mean, in an ideal world, that's how you'd want that to work. So people like Russell Brunson, Jeremy Haynes, Grant Cardone, all those people, they've been running sales funnels like that for years. They're very well established. They're worth hundreds of millions of pounds, and they're well known and well established. All right, but they post a lot of content as well. What I've found with these new changes that are coming in, what you need to do, basically what's happening, people are seeing someone on Facebook, then they're seeing someone on Instagram, they're seeing someone on YouTube, they're seeing someone on TikTok. And Google stats now, I was looking at this the other day, they reckon that you need, for someone to buy that didn't know you, they need to consume around 11 hours of your content, or between 8 and 11 hours of your content. So that's quite a lot of content. And that the reason that people do that is because they want to build up trust and know that you can help them. There's a lot of charlatans about, as you well know. So to be able to do that, you need to utilize the platforms that you've got. So you need to be using Facebook. Yeah. So if it's 11 hours of content to buy. All right. So if you're not posting anything or even got a content strategy or a plan, then no one's consuming your content. And then all that happens is you turn up with an advert, buy my stuff, with no crafted sales message, no like direct messaging or anything of the like, speaking to that person. It's just, and clinics do this day in, day out. I see this. Well, every business does. I actually I won't go into it too much, but I've actually got a big call today with a company because they asked me to send them some of my ad creatives over. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. Not because I don't want them to see it, but the old way of how I was getting leads for this particular industry and sales doesn't work as well anymore. So I've got to get them on a call and I'm going to walk them through a campaign and the strategy that I would use now. And this is why you have to test things and you have to have someone that's got their finger on the button on these platforms. I mean, a lot of my ads this last 3 weeks, a lot of the campaigns have fallen off a cliff. And it's been quite stressful this week which I get it, because everybody's ads, they're like, whoa, we're not used to this. What's happening, Billy? You need to fix it. Nothing's broken. It's just the algorithms change like it does, because they come up with these ideas and ways where they're trying to make the content and the end user have a more enjoyable experience. And that you need to keep that in your mind. It's all about the end user. It's not about you and your business and selling. They need to make it all starts with the end user's experience, because that keeps them on the platform. All right. So the way to get around this, well, not around it, the way to fix it is do this. So you want to be posting, right? And you don't need to, an easy way to do it. You can still, I'm not saying don't use a sales funnel. I just want to reiterate this. Do not use a sales funnel. This is a funnel, what I'm just about to draw, but it's a hybrid of a funnel, because if you are not established and you've got 100 followers and you've not been posting regularly, you are not being seen. And I can put my whole life on it, right? You're not being seen because you're being restricted. We're not restricted, but you're not, your content's not, they know what good content is and they will punish you for not having good content or not being regularly turning up for people all the time. So the way to get around it's this. So you want to have yourself, I don't know why that's doing that. So post 5 times a week. Okay. So you want 5 posts across, and the content can be repurposed. So whether it's reels, I would use reels, and reels are a good way to reach people at the minute. So you want 5 days, all right? 5 days of content. Now, it's not just any content. You need to think about it, right? So you need to think about if you're a business, if you're just trying to get views and make people laugh, turn me off now. I'm not into making people laugh. I'm into helping people make lots of money, and I'm into making money off a sales ad. So if that's not you, don't worry about listening to this anymore. But what you need to do, you need to think about, right, what's the pain points? What's the problems my customers have? All right. This is what your content should be based around. Problems my customers have. So that's one question. And then you go, how do I fix that problem? And that's the second question. And your content needs to be around that. All of it. You know, you want some awareness stuff, but you need to be, it's like, right, your content, is it helping someone? Because if it's not helping someone, you know, funny stuff's great and all that, but, you know, you can actually wrap some funny messaging around your stuff. But you want to be 5 bits of content, fixing problems. And then what you want to do on top of that, so then you find the content that you know is helping them. Yeah. So you need to think about that, write a list, right? Then what you got to do, you got to think of headlines. What headlines you're going to use and what hooks are you going to use? Yeah. So I'll give you an example. A headline and a hook are the same thing. So you use that in the video, you use that in text. So it'll be how to beat the Facebook algorithm with your advertising this in 2025. Yeah. If you own a business and you can't get your ads working, watch this video. You need to watch this video if you want your advertising to work. Meta's algorithms changed. First 4 seconds, yeah? 10 ways to get 6-pack abs. Or the 9 things you need to know about your skin looking natural and glowing. Watch this video and we'll show you our technique that we use using natural ingredients only. So there's the sub headline. You need to think about, I mean, I'm reeling these off my head. I'll sit down and actually go through these. You know, if you're in an area, if you're in it, like here's a property one. 7 ways to add 15 to 20% value on your property. 7 things you need to know before you downsize and move. 10 things you need to know before you get your car wrapped. Like this calling people out. All right. So what you do, you go through all this content. Let me just get rid of this. You've got your content plan. This doesn't take long, by the way, especially if you've got someone that knows what they're doing with it. I mean, we smash this out all the time. Right. Then what you do is you go and post those bits of content across TikTok. So TikTok. The reason TikTok's good is because although it's not as trusted to transact on as what Facebook and Instagram is, but TikTok's very good for getting reach fast. So you can get people on TikTok, you can get them on Facebook, IG, YouTube. Okay. And you can use all of these to post your bits of content. Then you can start seeing what one works best. Works best, right? What platform works best and what bit of content actually works best. Then what you do is you take the best performing bit of content. So let's just say one's got 1,000 views, one's got 500 views, one's got 10,000 views. You take, because you've used organic to start with, right? So you've tested organic, and that's the winner. That says winner, by the way. So that bit of content's the winner. Then you turn the winner into an advert, because you've already used people. If a bit of content's getting more traction and it's organic, then you're going to be able to turn it up faster and get more reach on it by turning it into paid ads, right? But there's a catch to this. what you need to think about, so this is still a sales funnel, but it's called the messy funnel, right? Because what you've got to do, you need over the course of a month, depending on what your ad budget is, let's just say you've done that. Let's just say you found a winner each week. So you've got 4. See, when I talk about the fly trap, right, you've got the top level there that you've tested, organic, tested to ads. This is going to drive followers. You're going to get views. It's going to get equals views and followers from that content. So you're growing your audience, yeah? Then, but these people are going to, these have been all over the place. They haven't gone direct. So you can see the difference. It's not like there's an ad, there's a opt-in page, and there's the result. So these have been on Facebook. These have been on Instagram. They might have seen you on YouTube and then TikTok. Yeah. Oh, TikTok. But at one point they've gone, oh, look, I've seen him on there. Then I've seen him on there. And then I've seen him on there. And now they've gone and followed you. Now you need to make sure that this has got a few call to actions in it. Not salesy, but just, you know, like, I'll give us a follow if you want more information on this or whatever. Just make sure you're putting something, or like the post or whatever. There's a reason for that, because here we're going to go and build custom audiences here on this level. So this is level 2. Sorry, level 2. So this is an adaptive method of the fly traps, because what you're going to have to do is you can set up automation, or you can pay someone to message your followers, or you can set up automation for it. I've got software that if I get a follower, I can get in a conversation. It actually pings them a video introducing myself. Hey, how you doing? I see you just followed me off of some certain bit of content. So it's relevant. So the message is relevant to what they've followed you for. Yeah. Your custom audience, then all you're doing is your direct response with your offers is then going to these people. These are direct response ads. So these ones are all your awareness. So every single month you're creating all these ones along the top. Then you're getting followers, you're getting views. Your pixel is then picking up followers and views. You've got automation from people that are following you, that's sending them a message and then following them up. And then you've got direct response to book a call or to enter into your group or whatever it is, or call us, or, you know, if you're a store, you've got offers 50% off. I don't like doing that, by the way. You've got some sort of offer that's attractive to people. And the difference with this is you don't have to spend loads of money. Your ad costs become lower. Oh, what's going on here? Your ad costs will be lower. And the reason that this is going to be lower is because the way that the algorithm is it now, the algorithm wants new content monthly or daily. And it's a bit like trading. You don't want to trade if you're in a bear market. If you're in a bull market, you don't want to trade to go against the tape. That's death. It's like swimming up river. And it's the same with this. If the algorithm is liking a certain style of content or business to do certain things, you need to do what the algorithm's saying. So you're able to create new content or daily, monthly. Yeah. Cheap views and reach, but then you've got a follow-up system to contact, and the customer gets 11 hours of content across all your platforms. Yeah. And that will then help with your getting customers. I've been quite bad actually the last month. We've been quite busy. We're in that stage at the minute, and my content has been minimal, and I've noticed a massive drop in inbound organic leads because of it. So that's my fault, which is why, especially with the change of the algorithm. So the messy funnel, I call it messy funnel, because your business is here. That's your business. Then you got FB, IG, TikTok, YouTube, X. You've got all of these platforms like this. Yeah. Now, the thing is, you can do long form content on YouTube. You're probably going out 11 hours of content. On YouTube, you can do 11 hours. You can do 45 minutes. What's this now? I've probably bored the tears off of you with this. 20 minutes. I've got a whole library of videos like this. And that is the messy funnel, because it equals followers and then sales, because they trust you. All right. Hopefully that's cleared that up a little bit. You might take something from that. First thing to do, start thinking, right, what type of content do I need to, what kind of content do I need to create? And I always get asked, I go, oh, I've got people without a Facebook. I mean, come on, people. It's the cheapest way. All you've got to do is put a bit of time in it. Pay someone £500 a month to create 30 days worth of content. Just content, not ads. I promise you, 30 days, that'll pay for itself with a customer. I know it does, because I do it myself. And then when we do it for other people, you've just got to be showing up all the time. That's all you've got to do. Showing up, showing up, showing up. But make sure that your content is actually helping people. You know, there's lots of people that are on this live that probably gone off of it because it's not helping them. But there'll be a few people I'll get that this where they think, oh, actually, yeah, that makes sense. So again, I am trying to keep up with these lives, and I'm trying to put a system in place where we've got someone to do to fill in now to do the content. So that's going to help. You're going to see, as well as the other sides of the business growing, we're going to be I'm going to be more on my content, because it is important, and I do like actually sharing things that do actually help you. If you've got a small business and you think that the platforms don't work, they do work. You just got to be consistent. It's like going to the gym. Yeah, if you go for a week, you're not going to get a six-pack. But if you go for 4 weeks, you're going to see a little bit of a difference. If you go for 6 weeks, you're going to get some sort of a visual result. And then if you go for 6 months, everybody's going to be saying that they can see a difference. And that's the same with what you're doing with your advertising. It's so cheap. It's still cheaper, even though the costs have like doubled or tripled. It's still cheaper than paying for salespeople, for closers, for callers, and then everything else, because you can just do it for free, and you can automate everything now. It's a lot easier. So if you've got any questions, drop me an inbox, and have a great Monday.